Hi friends and tigers, today we're going to be reviewing how to find slope from a graph. Alright, so let's take down our notes on slope. I know it's a little messy, but let's just go over this. So slope is equal to our rate of change, how fast the line is increasing or decreasing, is equal to our rise over our run, as well as our change in y over change in x. And as we'll start talking about with Miss Mack, you can also refer to slope as the m of your line. Now let's practice finding slope. The big one that we're going to focus on is thinking about our rise over our run. But the first thing I want to identify before we find the slope of this line is figure out whether this line is positive or negative. Is the slope going to be positive or negative? If we imagine starting at the left and moving to the right, we are increasing, so the slope of our line is going to be positive. Now that we know the slope is positive, we can use that to help us find our rise or our run. When we find the slope, we start at one of our points, so I'm going to choose this point to start at, and I say, okay, how far do I need to rise or to get to the next point? When we talk about rise, is that our up and down, or is that our side to side? It's our up and down, so I'm going to go up, 1, 2. So I need to rise 2 times. Now how far do I have to run? Run is our side to side, so I need to run 1, 2, 3 times. So my rise was positive 2 because I went up, and my run was positive 3. So my slope is 2 over 3. Let's try the next one. First, is the slope of this line positive or negative? Our line is decreasing, so the slope of our line is negative. Now we're going to look at our 2 points. If I start at this point, how far do I have to rise to get to my second point down here? I need to go down, and I need to go down by 1, 2, 3. If I'm going down, so my rise is 3, but if I'm going down, is that a positive 3 or a negative 3? It will be a negative 3. And then I need to run 1, 2. So my run is 2 and my rise is negative 3. So my slope is negative 3/2. This can also be written with a negative out front, or it can be written with a negative on the bottom. These are all the same. They're all negative slopes. Try this one on your own. Starting at that first, is the slope of the line positive or negative? Right, the slope of the line is negative because we are decreasing. So now starting at this first point, what's our rise? What's our numerator of our slope? We have to go down 1, 2, 3, so our rise is negative 3. What's our run? Then we have to go right 1, 2, 3, because we're moving right, it's positive, so it's negative 3 over positive 3. Can I simplify this fraction? Yeah, I can divide both the top and the bottom by 3. I'll just get negative 1. You also know that because the number divided by itself is just 1. So your slope is negative 1. Try to find the slope of this line on your own. When we're finding it, we first figure out that the slope is going to be positive. I'll write that by writing a little plus sign on the side. Then I start at one point. I find my rise, 1, 2, 3, 4. And my run, which is 1, 2, 3. So my rise is 4, my run is 3, my slope is 4/3. We'll do one more example of slope together. Is this line positive or negative? The slope is positive because we are increasing. What's our rise and what's our run? If we start at this point, we rise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our rise is positive 5 because we went up. And our run is 1, 2. So my slope is positive 5 over positive 2. Try number 6 on your own, and then we're going to move on to the review problems. Our first review problem, we're just deciding whether the slope of this line is positive or negative. Is the slope of this line positive or negative? If we start at the left and pretend like we're walking up the line, we would be going up a hill, so the slope of the line is positive. I know this because the line is increasing or decreasing? It's because the line is increasing. Finish up the next few positive and negative slope problems and pause this video, and then we're going to do the equations together. Okay, so looking at this first example of equation, what's our goal when solving equations? All right, we're trying to get x by itself. How can I get x by itself in this equation? I need to multiply both sides of the equation by 2. If I multiply by 2 on this side, what am I left with? X, and what am I left with on the other side? 20. So my answer is x equals 20. For two-step equations, what do I need to do first? I want to get rid of everything that's not directly next to x first, so I need to undo this minus 3. I can undo minus 3 by adding 3. Whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other. I'm left with 2x equals 17. Now I need to divide. I'm just going to leave it as a fraction. I'm left with x equals 17 over 2. All right, go ahead and finish up the last problem. Then once you're done, get to ST Math. Remember, Princeton, that if you get at least 4% growth in ST Math this week, you will have free time during Slate Math on Friday. Good luck.